Finland, a country with over 75% of its land covered in forest, and yet somehow they managed to rank 25th in the world for GDP per capita. This slots them in nicely below Canada and above the UK, which to many may come as a surprise. They are potentially not as highly regarded on the global scene as their close neighbors of Norway and Sweden, however they are somewhat of a dark horse. With the substantial resources that Finland has, one may expect that primary production would make up a sizable amount of their economy. This, however, is not the case, as it only makes up about 2.9%, with instead services making up the largest amount, with this making up over 72.7%. This, however, has not always been the case, and the transition to reach this point is an interesting story. After the Second World War, Finland was still not a fully industrialized nation. Many of the Finnish people were still working in areas such as forestry, agriculture, or even mining. It wasn't until the 1980s that Finland encountered an economic boom thanks to its ability to trade with both its neighbors in the west as well as those in the east. Finland has long had to carry out a balancing act in terms of its relationship with these two sides of the globe, which is why its capital of Helsinki is often referred to as where the east meets the west. During the 1990s, Finland again saw a huge amount of economic growth. Quite a large portion of this can be attributed to the world-famous mobile phone brand of Nokia, which may no longer be the big player in the phone market that they used to be. However, they still paved the way for the modernizing Finnish economy. So what is the economy of Finland like today, then you may ask? As of making this video, the 5 largest companies in Finland, according to Forbes and Nordea, Fordham, Nokia, Kone, and Neste. Nordea, the largest of them all, is a financial institution who have banking operations across the Nordic region. They have been formed due to a multitude of different mergers and acquisitions and currently operate out of their headquarters in Helsinki. They are a great illustration of the Finnish economy as a whole due to a whole range of different reasons. The first of which is that they are heavily reliant on trade and working with nations outside of their own borders. This is a characteristic of the Finnish economy, as over 30% of their GDP is made up of trade. This is one of the reasons why they are a member of the EU as well as the Eurozone. Nordea are also quite reliant on staff from across the globe, as can be demonstrated by the fact that over 50 different languages are spoken at the company. Having staff from all around the world is the case for many different firms in Finland and aids them in being a player in the global economy. Although they have a capitalist economy, Finland as well as many of the other Nordic nations are seen as having some socialist values. This can be seen in their high taxes coupled with large amounts of government spending. Their reasoning for this is that they believe it enables them to have a nation of people willing and happy to work, thus resulting in high levels of labor force participation. There is a great sense of national pride among the people of this nation, and the importance of this in a growing and capable economy cannot be understated. It may not get the headlines like its neighbors of Norway and Sweden, however, the economy of Finland is a bit of a dark horse, and for sure one to keep an eye on. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let us know down in the comments what videos you'd like us to make next.